Hello, and welcome to this VoIP Nugget about working with voice over IP gateways, part 2 of 3. I'm Marco Liechti, and thanks a lot for listening. Today, we're going to continue what we started in part 1. We are going to see how to install a gateway in 3CX. Before we start the live demo, let me show you the setup that we're trying to accomplish. We have a 3CX phone system, and we have an ISDN line. And between the two, we are going to install a patent smart node gateway, which will convert ISDN to SIP and vice versa. So let's get started configuring the 3CX phone system for use with the gateway. This is my 3CX phone system version 7. I have one extension registered, it's a SIP phone, and otherwise it's a pretty blank installation. What we're going to do is we click on the button named Add PSTN Gateway. I can put in any name for my gateway. I'll call him my smart node, and I'm going to choose the right unit that I have. 3CX presents a list of available gateways. My 4638 is in there, and I'm having Smartware Release 5 on it, so that's why I'm going to choose this line. Clicking Next, I have to answer a couple of questions to fit the gateway for the local circumstances. So I'm in Germany, for example. So I'm selecting Germany for the tone set. I'm having a point-to-point connection. It's called Anlageanschluss in Germany, and it means that it's an ISDN connection where a PBX is connected to versus phones are directly connected to the line. The Q931 protocol is DSS1. NTT is only used in Japan, so we'll leave this. And overlap dialing enabled yes is the safe choice. So that's all the questions, and you know what? The rest of the gateway complexity is hidden by 3CX, which is generating a full configuration file with only these parameters. What's missing is the gateway IP address, and we're done. Basically, 3CX creates a couple of virtual extensions. We don't have to change anything here. We are able to specify rules of which calls go to the gateway. I'm going to say all the calls that start with 0 go to the gateway because these are public ISDN calls. And I'm clicking Finish. So 3CX tells me it has created a PSTN gateway. And if you scroll down, here's now the interesting part, Generate Config File. If you click that button, 3CX is going to create the full configuration file for the gateway. It asks me the subnet mask that goes with the IP address we entered earlier. I'm just going to confirm that. And what happens next is I'll be able to save that on my desktop. Here we go. So what's next? Connection and discovery of the gateway. Connection is pretty easy. First you hook up the power outlet, then you hook up the LAN Ethernet connection. There you have to be careful because on those gateways that have 2 Ethernet ports, at least the smart nodes, port 00 is running a DHCP client, and port 01 is running a DHCP server. So depending on how you want to connect that to your network, choose one or the other. I'm going to choose 00 as my network has already a DHCP server. And then I can hook up the ISDN lines. I'm starting at the very left with port 0, moving to the right with all the other lines that I have available. Let's give the gateway some time to start up, and then we're going to discover it, and then we can upload the configuration file. Smart Node Discovery tool can be downloaded from the patent website. It's a little utility that helps you configure smart nodes. Once you installed it, it shows as a little icon, and I'm going to double click it, and then it will show me a list of all the smart nodes that are on my network with their IP address, device type, etc. With a right click on an entry, you will see a selection of configuration methods for that smart node, and I'm going to choose web browser in order to start up the web interface. Default password is username administrator, and the password is empty. And here we go with the configuration interface of the smart node. On the top left, there is a button called Import Export. We'll click that. I'm interested in importing a configuration. And what I have to do there is just search for the file that 3CX stored for me and import it. That import is pretty fast, and afterwards I have to reload the device and I have to confirm that. and then we'll give the gateway some time to reboot, and then we'll continue. While the gateway is booting up, we have to think about something else, which is finishing up the installation. There's one little caveat, which is the fixed IP that we configured on the 3CX user interface for the gateway is now on port 01. So if you had the gateway hooked up on port 00, you have to now change the Ethernet cable to be connected to port 01. Otherwise, 3CX will send the packets to the wrong IP address. After that, we can go back to the 3CX phone system interface. You can see my extension as before, but now, if you click on ports trunk status, you see that the gateway has registered all the virtual lines. The green buttons here mean everything is okay. If they're not green, go visit the 3CX forums or wait for the third part of this VoIP Nugget where you will see on how to troubleshoot gateway problems. This concludes part 2 of 3 of the VoIP Nugget on working with voice over IP gateways. Thanks again for being with us and take care.